All right, we're here with Brock Holt in his house, episode 300 of the Section 10 podcast. Congratulations, by the way, for being the 300th guest. Or not the 300th guest, but episode 300 guest. And episode 400 and so forth. Like, we're locking that in.
Yeah. 400, 500, 600, 700. I'm in.
What about, like, if we have to, like, come find you? Like, you're cool with us, like, coming out to wherever you are in the world?
Sure.
Like, for forever. I mean, like, episode 1,000 is probably going to be, like, what, like 16 years from now?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I just added it.
So that's like that's like post retirement. Like you're cool with
Find
that.
me. That's
okay.
Find me. I'm in.
Great.
And he's a 3-time guest now too.
Are you?
He is.
I am.
Yeah.
3 times?
Pretty good. Phone. I went phone.
That's right.
Yeah.
We had him
I
call
went Skype.
in.
When was the phone?
The phone was in the old office.
2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
The big thing there was yes
No
off season.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still on that.
Are you so you're in your off season, you're working out.
Yeah, I didn't post anything today, so people might not believe me, but I actually did work out.
You did
today.
work out.
Okay.
When is the last time that you posted a workout video?
I'm still
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I might need to get back on. But yeah, I did work out today. I'm still working out in the off season. That's something that I still do. So I'll probably continue to do that
for sure
for as long as I play.
I could see that.
We got to start off on like somewhat of a somber note. It's a question that everyone has been waiting to hear from you specifically. You fell short of the record.
Yep.
How much was it on your mind? Like, how much did it weigh on you in the at-bats at the end of the season? Like the fans are obviously disappointed. You let down your family.
Let down the podcast.
Yeah.
I let down myself.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts going through that whole process? Like, how much did it really weigh on you?
Well, I always wondered like what Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, guys like that were feeling in that moment, and now I know. I couldn't, like, my knees were shaking. The bat felt heavy. Like I was trying to hit a home run every at bat.
Yeah.
And
We could tell.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah. But there was a time where,
get it
like,
done.
you needed to hit a home run, and you did. Like, the cycle at Yankee Stadium, that was like, all right, I need to hit a home run, so you did. So we kind of felt like you would eventually get the record. But I did notice, after we put out the video about you chasing history, so where I sit at Fenway, the Rocket Box, it's right above home plate. But I can see into the Red Sox dugout. So I can see, like, if you ground out to second and then you hit first base and you go back in, like, I can see you go in there and smash your helmet. Like, when you're smashing your helmet after a ground out, are you thinking, like, who I let down? Do you think I let the fans down? Like, what are you thinking about when you're like, I should have homered there?
Yeah, I mean, my first thought goes to my family, obviously.
Yeah.
Because ground outs to second base aren't
homers.
They're not homers. They're not gonna, lengthen my career.
Right.
And the goal is to provide for your family. So that's probably my first thought. Lakin and Griff. And then I go
Roger Maris.
Yep. And then I go to probably the team.
We're not talking about the obvious here. The Maris family who flew out for this.
I mean, they were sitting there being like, "Are you shitting me?"
Yeah.
Why are we here?
It was a long trip for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you think about how much they travel to be there. To witness something like that, and I mean, all I had to do was hit 53 home runs, and I couldn't.
That's it.
I couldn't do it for them.
Even with the juice balls too. Like,
Juice balls. I'm still convinced that they use the juice balls for everyone else but me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
they don't want your record to be tainted.
Yeah.
They saw what happened with Bonds. They didn't need another one of those coming up.
Yeah, I'm convinced that the juice balls are. I mean, I think I hit 3 home runs, so they obviously forgot to switch them out.
Do you remember them all individually?
Oh yeah, I hit one in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. You get any at home?
Did I hit one? Yep, I hit one at home against Baltimore.
Okay.
Sensing a theme.
Yeah, and then I hit one in San Diego.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
So, and San Diego's a big park. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, tough one to hit.
We've been there twice. I've hit 2 home runs.
There you go.
I think 3. It was David Ortiz's last year when we played there.
Yeah,
and he didn't play, and I ended up pinch hitting late in the game, and I got booed because the fans wanted to see David.
Oh, they weren't booing you.
They
were booing the
me.
idea.
They were booing the idea that I'm hitting instead of David.
Yeah,
but then I hit a home run.
yeah.
And I got back to the dugout, And I was letting everyone know. I'm like, David Ortiz, who? Like,
Yeah.
we needed a home run, so they put in the guy that is going to hit the home run.
That makes it all the more surprising that you didn't break the record, because I feel like, anytime that you're put in a situation where you either need a home run or the situation calls for a home run, you did it. But, after seeing the videos, at any point, did you think about the record? Like, were you up there? Like, were you pressing?
I think that was the issue.
Yeah. How much, did you note it? Because obviously there's a lot of media attention in Boston, regardless of what the situation is. But, the fact that you go in there and it's September and you've got national media in there for, Red Sox, Orioles games, it's like, why they're there.
Mm. Yeah, and I couldn't do anything. I was bombarded at my locker. Questions coming in from all over.
Erod was kind of pissed because he was going for 20.
Yeah,
going for 20,
and nobody cared.
Nobody cared,
Yeah.
and that's another guy that I felt sorry for. With 5 home runs or 6 home runs that game, I could have given him that 20th win.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that would have been huge.
Maybe next year. There's always next year. So now that I've been through it, I feel like
you're mentally prepared.
Yeah, it's going to help me out in my future. Chances at trying to break the record.
For sure. What's the question that you get most annoyed by being asked?
Like ever?
Just like something that's repetitive.
Oh, man. I get annoyed by a lot of questions.
Take me through that at bat.
Yeah, take me through.
About.
Yeah,
You've done a good job in the past where I can tell that you didn't like the question. I can tell in your face, but you don't say you don't give a bad answer. You still answer the question. You'll be like, so take us through.
Sometimes I think sometimes I get a little sarcastic.
But that's good. I feel like I would rather that.
I think I play with the questions a little bit. If it's a bad question, I think the people see it in my face that it was a bad question. But yeah, there's a lot of questions. You already know the answer to it, so what are you asking me for?
What would you prefer to be asked about after the game?
I would prefer just to go in and take a shower and eat and go home.
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of the part of what we do. You gotta be accountable, be there for the media. Obviously it's easier to answer questions if you have a good game. If you.
But it would be nice if someone was like, "Hey, Brock, what type of hair products do you use?"
Yeah. Actually, probably not, because after a game, if you're gonna ask me questions not about the game, that's probably gonna make me more upset than talking about the game. Because I just let me go home. I don't want to talk to you about anything other than what just happened. But it's part of it, and we do it, and obviously it's a lot different in Boston than it is other places. But it's just something you got to do.
It's part of the job.
Part of the job.
What's your favorite part of the job?
My favorite part of the job is just. Oh yeah!
Shout out Tank.
Tank's here. Tank's here.
He's like, don't forget, don't get this wrong.
Tank needs pet.
He's got some serious dandruff going on.
Yeah, he's
got
bro. Bad allergies.
Yeah,
skin's a little dry.
Yeah.
So he needs scratched.
I'm trying to get on the show. What?
Yeah, my favorite part of the job is winning. Just being a part of the team. Obviously, we're around the guys more than we're around our families, so we become like family. When you're around a bunch of good dudes, it makes it a lot easier. So I would probably say that.
So we're sitting in your house right now.
Yep.
You bought it in 2017?
Yeah, I'd have to ask Lakin.
I think she said 2017.
2017.
I did some investigative reporting
It's okay,
before I came in this room.
Good.
So where are we at in free agency? Do we have an update? Our teams reaching out.
Teams are reaching out.
Okay. Who's your agent?
Ryan Ware.
Okay.
He's based out of Houston, so teams are reaching out.
Yikes.
Yeah. But nothing serious. It's kind of a slow moving thing, but
still early.
Yeah,
what is
still,
it?
still
just
early.
for the timestamp, it's what, November 19th? November 19th. So it's still early.
And what was the projected deal you had for Brock?
10 years, $350.
Would you accept that?
For a shorter amount of years.
Okay.
Think so?
It's gonna screw you over in the long run.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
If you're willing to
Just
take a
how tough
discount,
We don't want to corner you. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shorter. 10 years is a long time.
Yeah.
It is.
What are you, 30?
31.
31?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so 41 is
When did you
pushing
turn
it.
31?
June.
Oh, so next year is your age
Yeah.
32?
Yeah.
He's looking to sign like a Pujols deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Pujols is probably like 5 years old. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like when he signed that deal, right, with the Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brock should get the same thing.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yep. That
Another
makes
guy who
that
also
makes
doesn't
sense.
have the AL home run record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have that. Yeah, so we have that in common.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
But teams
Something
are
to
reaching
think
out.
Teams are reaching out. Yeah, it's a slow process. Just talking back and forth with my agent. Just
Has one of them been the Red Sox?
Red Sox have reached out.
Oh,
okay,
Yeah,
good.
Red Sox have reached out.
Post-time bloom.
Good question. I don't think post Heim Bloom.
Oh.
Well,
Pre Heim Bloom. Before they had someone hired.
Got it.
They called.
we'll make some
and,
calls then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll get it figured out. But
Heim
Okay.
hasn't reached out to us either. So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're good.
yeah, there's a
Right.
list.
We're all free agents. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet he hasn't reached out to Pujols either. So
That's true.
That's true.
Good
That's
point.
another thing that we have
Guaranteed.
in common. But no, I mean I'm just doing day by day.
Yeah.
And I think Lakin's the one. She's the one that she likes to know what's going on. She's a planner. So
Dude, your mom likes to know what's going on. She is very active on social
Big time
media.
commenter.
She's like
Yeah.
my mom. My mom is the same way.
Yep.
My mom thinks that the like button is the acknowledge that I saw this button. And your mom and my mom would get along great.
yeah, she's big on social media.
She's huge.
And I've told her multiple times that she needs to watch what she likes and watch what she comments on, and she doesn't.
It doesn't
listen.
matter.
She
No,
doesn't
no, no,
listen.
No. My mom, like, she'll get all frustrated and she'll go private. She'll be like, fine, then I'll just go private. She'll be on private in like 2 weeks, and then she's back to her addictive liking ways.
I mean, I think it might just be a Holt family thing because Brock, I'll give you credit. You're got to be the top commenter in Section
Yeah.
10 history.
Yeah.
And Robert Doyle, 78,
That
didn't
guy
stand
sucks.
a chance.
Yeah.
He didn't stand a chance. He was going after Petey, and it's just like, beat it, Robert Doyle, 78.
Yeah.
You showed him.
I showed him big time.
Yeah.
And then you showed him again.
I showed him again. I forgive Robert Doyle.
yeah, we have.
I love Robert.
78.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Robert Doyle 78. So, I mean,
That kind of stinks.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll say it, you don't have to.
with the comment that he put. I mean, if you're a Red Sox fan and you say anything negative about Dustin Pedroia, something's wrong with you.
Just
Thank
get,
you.
Just get out.
So-
Yeah.
Thank
What
you.
was it like for the team when you've been around Pedroia for so long, so you see a guy that you've been playing with for so long. Clearly, he's struggling, but like as a teammate, so fans can shut up. Is he a burden to you guys? Of course not, right?
No, in no sense of the word. Like it was tough not having him around, and it was tough seeing him go through what he went through because he's obviously given everything he's got.
Without question.
And that's why he's been so productive and such a good player for as long as he has. And like he literally, I mean, his body wouldn't let him play.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and that's hard to see because he's one of those guys where you want to see him say, all right, this is gonna be my last year, and kind of go off like that. But hopefully he's been working hard, and hopefully he gets a chance to get back out there, and he's earned the right to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Red Sox they're a better team. They're a better organization when he's around for sure.
He's also been their best pitching coach for like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very true.
very true. Yeah,
Very
yep.
true. He like invented like a slider. It's like a hybrid slider grip that he taught to Erod, and then he won 20 games or 19. He
Yeah,
should have
close
won
enough.
20.
19.
Yeah, round
That's
up.
my
also
fault.
fixed tipping pitches too.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
tipping. And then
He fixed David Price's leg kick.
There was a video. I think there was a video this year when he was in Colorado with us. He was talking to Devers. Devers was
that's right.
kind of scuffling for like a game.
For one at bat. Like, what the hell,
yeah,
Raffy?
he didn't get a hit. He didn't hit a ball 120 miles an hour one time.
Yeah.
And
Guy stinks.
Petey told him, he was talking to him, and then the next, I think he got like 7 hits in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, he makes everything keeps everything loose. Even when he wasn't playing. I mean, he was riding around in the clubhouse on his little moped, his little motorized scooter, honking the horn. No, he's a baseball guy who loves the game, loves the Red Sox, loves being around his teammates, and he makes everyone better.
Was he your guys' trash barrel guy this year for tipping pitches?
Yeah, when he was there, we had him. Actually, he disguised himself
in the Wally costume.
Okay, we knew it was Wally.
Yeah, he disguised himself and set out in center field.
Okay,
and he would. The hitter would look out there and see, and he would be giving us pitches. So
pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
We probably should have picked up on that if Wally was in center field, throwing signs, but I guess we missed it.
Does that make you feel like even more accomplished that you guys dusted the Astros in an era where they were kind of proven cheaters?
Yeah, I mean, they dusted us too.
Well, they were cheating.
Yeah. So we obviously we should have two more World Series titles.
Right.
Obviously, yes.
Because if you look at it this way, right, it's like the Astros were cheating in 2017. The Astros beat the Red Sox, so it would be like, okay, so you get a pass by the Astros, and it would be Yankees, Red Sox, ALCS. The Yankees are 1-8 in their last 9 postseason games against the Red Sox. So that's another pass to the Dodgers in the World Series in 17. And the Dodgers
They lose in the World Series every year.
So that's kind of back-to-back champs.
Yeah.
I mean, they should. I mean, the Astros should send us their World Series rings.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it is what it is. I'm anxious to see like what comes out of the whole thing. Everybody still signs. It's just how you do it and is the issue. And it's part of the game. People do it, but
I mean everybody does it. You just
I mean obviously the way
you
that
just can't have Inspector Gadget doing all the dirty work
like
for
the
you.
way that they said they're doing it. I think that's what kind of crosses the line. But
right.
I mean they got a lot of good players too, so it makes it it's still hard to hit.
For sure.
Regardless if you know what's coming or not, but it makes
just
it
lost while they were cheating. Clearly, it's not that easy to cheat.
Yeah.
Play
So
baseball.
I mean, it makes it, and obviously the last couple years, MLB has had people down in the video room,
right?
So it's a lot harder to do some of the stuff that they're accused of doing the last couple years. But
right.
If you know what's coming, it makes it a little easier, but it's still pretty hard to hit. Right. So I'm anxious to see what comes of it and what happens with the whole thing.
Do you have a teammate that you miss playing with the most? Doesn't have to be from the 2019 team, could be any part of your career. A teammate that you miss playing with the most?
Yeah, Alex Hassan.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Where did he go to Duke?
He's with the Duke. He's with the Twins now. He's doing like
what a wild pick.
I was not ready for that.
Didn't he play? He played like 7 games.
That was quick too.
Yeah.
Because
you wanted that question.
What was that, like 2014, 15?
Yeah, I played with him in 13 in AAA. In 14, I think he got called up. I think he got a hit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was a day game.
Dude, that guy he's something else, man. He's one of the funniest guys I've ever been around.
Yeah.
He's a good teammate too, but just he's just fun to be around. He's crazy about bat models and like gear. Like he loves like new gear, and like he would literally, someone would get a box of new bats.
Yeah.
And he would open them before they got to the field, and he would have all of them out. And he'd do the fake swing to see. He'd get his bats. He'd take it out of the box, take it out of the wrapper, and he'd do this. No good. Like just by doing that, he'd go like, "Yep, this one's a good." Feel it? Nope. He'd weigh his bats. He had like notes on his cell phone about what kind of bats he's going to order next, and they would be like, this kind, I want this kind cupped, but I want this handle on this one with cupped, but 33.75 inches. But this kind I want 32.25 inches. Like he was, it was nuts. But he was he's probably the teammate I miss most. He's with the Twins now doing
I haven't heard that name literally since the
he's a minor league. I think he's a minor league
bat
coordinator
inspector
type thing. So real smart dude, probably going to be a GM someday, somewhere. But
I thought you were gonna pick Napoli.
Yeah, Nap. I mean Nap. Nap's Nap.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite all time. I mean him and Dustin are up there.
Do you have a favorite Mike Napoli
go
story?
Off the wall.
Who's your least favorite team?
Oh gosh.
Who sucks?
Man. Oh.
You don't have to answer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna answer that one. They're out there though. Bad people are everywhere. So
I feel like I'm personally not ready for the home run hugs to be done.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's ready for that to go.
JD's
JD's
what?
back, so I'm just saying
JD's
if you
back.
get that big deal.
I don't think so. I think I was on the he's sticking around train.
I thought he might restructure.
Yeah, I mean I could have seen either way, but
I mean you play in the out. What are your thoughts of JD in the outfield? You have to play the outfield obviously sometimes.
I mean
it's
yeah. I mean he'll catch the routine balls. Like we gave
sometimes he doesn't though.
Sometimes like I'm gonna let it
the
drop.
World Series.
JD makes some really good plays.
Yeah.
And like it always seems though that when he's out there is a sunball or something.
Yeah.
He gets the funky stuff. That is true. Yeah.
And it always makes him look less athletic than he really is.
Yeah.
And so like we gave him a hard time about that too. But he's actually
Which one? There was the Game 5 of the World Series and the Scuba one against the Yankees.
The World Series one we ended up winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one against the Yankees.
It ended up being over the fence though, right? He was like looking up in the sky and then ended up going over the monster anyway. It was something like that.
I don't think it would have made a difference.
It was like an April Yankee game.
Yeah, but then there's another one this year when he was in right field. And
that was the JD Martinez game.
Yeah, that's funny. Like I didn't know that happened until after the game, and we were all laughing about that. But no, I think JD's fine in the outfield. Obviously, like I said, whenever he's out there, it always seems like the ball finds some weird thing to do and makes him, which is unfortunate because people already talk about it.
Super unfortunate.
I think it's kind of mutual because you see him and it's almost like, oh no, like this is the ball.
He's like, oh man, like this is the one.
Well, he hates the 3:00 day games because
those
that's
are the worst. Those
the
are
worst
terrible at
time to
Fenway.
be in right field
Those are the
is
worst.
like for the 3:00 day games.
Yeah.
The right field's the worst, and then hitting during those games is impossible.
Yeah.
Like when the shadow is in between the mound and the plate, like you can't see anything. It's impossible. So they need to do away with the 3:00 starts or the 4:00 starts at Fenway because it's impossible to play baseball.
Question has been on my mind for a little bit. Why didn't you guys win the division again this year?
What
We
the hell?
tried. It's probably because I didn't hit
all the homers.
Yeah. The record would have helped.
Yeah, we tried. We weren't successful.
It was just way more fun when you guys won the
It's
division.
way more fun when we win 108 games.
Yeah.
Like 2018 was so much more fun than 2019.
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about
I
it.
had a great time. I
2018
mean,
was great.
obviously there were good parts of 2019 but
Not really.
I mean,
I
I guess
There were
I
few.
guess so. I mean,
2019 was like opening day.
Devers and Bogey were unbelievable.
Opening day in Seattle. There was like Nunez was like running crazy. It was like the first like couple innings. I was like, they're gonna do it again. They're gonna do it again. And then next thing you know, like Sale gives up 7 runs. Yeah, yeah.
The first road trip was tough, man.
Right,
That was bad. Bad way to start.
Awful schedule. We talked about it in 2018 when
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
were killing everyone. We were like, well, 2019 is going to suck,
It was like
so they better
August.
win this.
It was August. We were recording
August
2018. We were recording the podcast. The schedule dropped, and I had like a meltdown. I was like, better win in 2018 because we're screwed.
And you guys
it
did,
was
so
bad.
props to you.
Worst schedule of all time.
Yeah.
To start on the road.
11 game West Coast road.
That's
11
brutal.
game, but also we played the Cubs before that.
Yeah.
Oh,
in
that's
Arizona.
true.
Yeah.
So we went Arizona, Seattle, Oakland, back to Arizona. So we were on the West Coast for 16 days.
That's awful.
To start the season, and then we had to go to London, which was brutal.
Yeah.
And then opening day felt kind of weird. Like you get your rings, but the mood's strange.
Yeah, but but everyone's pissed at us because we're still.
Yeah, but it's like, well, they're getting World Series rings. Can we be happy for this? But
the London crowd was just Red Sox and Yankees fans who came from the United States.
you don't think a lot of people from London were there?
I don't think so. No, I don't think. I think it was a bunch of Red Sox and Yankees fans who came over. The crowds were great. They were big.
Yeah.
They were big, but
How juiced were those balls? My goodness.
I mean, they once again they didn't use them when I was.
I know.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
What was the
something
score of the
up.
first game?
I don't know what was up, but it was.
It was weird.
Something.
Yeah, the
It was
first
6-6
game,
in the first inning.
Yeah, they scored 6, and then we scored 6,
Yeah,
or whatever it was.
casual first.
That was the belt whipping game.
Yeah.
By the way,
something was up. Something was up. The pictures.
That's what they call it in the history books.
The belt whipping game. Did you see that?
What?
So Hubs is the Yankee blogger at Barstool, and for that game, what was the final?
It was like 17-15 or something like that.
For every run that the Red Sox scored, I got to whip him with the belt and vice versa. So my back was just like bleeding.
Yeah.
By the end of it.
Times.
And there's what's his name? Mike Shorin?
Mikey Showers.
He follows me on Instagram. He gave up like 6 or 7 runs, and he looked at the Instagram story of my back, and I was like, I'm glad that you saw that. I'm glad you know what you did.
This is because of you.
So it started out. What they started. We were home, so they scored 6 first, and you're just getting whipped.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's loving it.
Yes.
And then you're like, this is gonna suck.
Yes.
And then we score 6, and you're like,
oh yeah.
Especially on the
And-
Chavis home
Let
run.
me see
It's
if I
like
can find
yeah,
that.
Ice Horse.
17-13.
Yeah. Yeah.
so at least we scored 13 for you.
yeah,
Thank you for that. It was
That was big.
that was huge. A lot of people talking about it.
Anytime Ice
I
Horse
didn't
went
see
deep, that was
I'm
big.
surprised I didn't see that.
Oh no, it was
You were in London. How was that plane? That plane looked
Plane was
That looked
real fun.
amazing. Yeah.
That
Highlight
was
of the
yeah.
season.
The plane was nice, but that was the only part about London that was good.
But you were with Griff. You were with the fam, right? Out there?
Yeah. Lakin and Griff came, which was cool.
Okay.
It was just, it was way too much.
That's
too
a
much.
lot.
Oh,
Mid-season, too.
Yeah,
That's a
way
lot.
too much stuff to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. I see 17 of them.
yeah. No, that was a bad time.
Yeah.
That was
great
an
actor. You
all-around
got the
bad.
same spot just repeatedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread it around.
Yeah, look at those lats though.
You've been in the gym.
Yeah.
Yes, off
Oh
season.
yeah.
Yes,
off-season.
off-season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, London was cool. I mean,
Was it?
if it was just
The flight seemed great.
The flight was cool over. The off day was great, but it was way too much stuff to do in a short amount of time to fly all the way to London, and then we flew back and had to go. I think we were in Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Toronto to London to Chicago. So we were in 3 different countries in 6 days. You know,
Yeah.
And the All-Star break was soon after that, right?
it was right after
yeah.
the Chicago series.
Yeah.
Too much.
Oh, but then when we got to Chicago, we had like 12 rain delays in that series.
That's right.
So
That was
the games
terrible.
lasted like 12 hours each.
That was the
So-
Ice Horse coming out party.
Was it? That was before.
Oh,
that was in
before?
May.
May,
That was in May.
yeah,
that was
yeah,
the highlight of our year. The
Ice Horse.
Ice Horse, and then Eckersley saying it on the broadcast. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, this is fun. And you guys, like, I think won all the games. I think it was a sweep.
Yeah. No, Brazier blew the first
Oh, yeah, it was a
one.
4-gamer, and Brazier was like, we're not going to sweep them. So he
Yeah.
wanted it to be 3 out of 4, so
Yeah.
he gave up a homer.
Yeah.
3 out of 4 is good.
But
Yeah.
there were some moments this year. I honestly, personally, was excited about the potential to be on your duck boat. I thought that was going to happen
No.
until the second game happened. Then I was like, this is probably not going to happen
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, and I hope you get on a duck boat at some.
I appreciate that.
point.
Yeah.
It's
I do.
sick, right?
It's so fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Do you want to talk about how
would
fun
have-
that was?
You would
so
have
like
so
that
much
day,
fun on a duck
it
boat.
was. I mean, there were so many people there, and everyone was just so happy
Everyone's
and
happy
excited.
and
yeah,
shit, like,
yeah.
yeah, it's-
People were drinking,
But
having
why?
a good time.
I want to know why you didn't get on.
Well, they had 2 spots, and these
Yeah.
guys work for Barstool. I work for Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
So it was
Technically-
pretty simple.
Yeah, he's Section 10 is a Barstool podcast, but
Yes.
he doesn't work for Barstool.
I'm a
and
full-time
there's
Bleacher
2
Report employee.
Yeah,
okay.
that's why.
So, but I hear it's awesome. I hear it's like
Steve.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to tell you how much fun
Okay.
that was. That
people,
was the best
people throw
day
you
of my
beers,
life.
right? I think.
So
Yeah.
many beers.
People, yeah,
nips.
people throwing beers.
One girl
drinking
flashed
beers.
me.
Oh,
saw
wow.
boobs.
Okay, so
Wow.
Yeah. It was an awesome time. I mean,
Big
Okay.
day.
it was.
Great day.
Solid.
I would take that day over like 3 childbirth days for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Wedding, the whole deal.
You
Brock,
done
what
one of
was
those
your-
things. I don't know if you can say that.
What was your favorite
Yeah.
part of the parade?
I missed the boobs. So,
That would have been it.
maybe probably
Yeah.
depending on what they looked like.
They're great. They're great.
I think the whole thing, man. Like I didn't expect. Like I guess I expected a lot of people to be there, but the amount of people that were there was
So many.
It was crazy, dude. It's like people. for as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're just packed in and they're yelling and screaming. They're throwing stuff at you.
Millions.
Yeah.
I was
mean,
surprised too. I thought there was gonna be a little bit more like championship fatigue, just because like the Patriots had just won.
Yeah.
Like so, I was a little. I guess they didn't. They just lost to Philly. So yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, but it was awesome. I mean, the whole day was cool. Yeah, just I mean, the amount of people that showed up.
Yeah.
People were up in tops of buildings, and
I was one of them. It was good to cheer you on.
Yeah, did you see us?
Yeah, oh, it was great.
You
yeah,
saw us on the duck boat.
yeah, it was fun.
It was so cool. I'll never forget that day. Where would
Same.
that day rank in your life? Like best days of your life? Like take out like your wedding and like the birth of Griff.
So those aren't on the table.
Those are not on the table.
Okay. Probably one.
Yeah.
That's better than like actually the day winning it.
Because you just get to reflect and see how
two.
many. Well,
two. Because
You think
winning it was the best.
Yeah.
Like the final strike, third out.
And the way that last strike was so sexy when
Yeah.
Shadow got crumbled. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was solid. Like that's one of those moments where like if you grow up playing baseball,
Yeah.
you're like, what does it feel like to be? Like
Sale
I've watched the
comes
World
in.
Series, you know. I'm like, man, what's it feel like to be on the field, one strike away from winning the World Series?
Yeah.
And like you're thinking about it the whole inning. Like we're up we were up by 4.
5-1?
5-1. Yeah, we're up by 4, and like he struck out Turner. Turner wasn't even close.
No.
Yeah.
And then Kike wasn't even close.
it was the funniest strike.
so
He didn't want to be up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He missed
had,
by
he
like
had,
20 feet.
He had no chance. They weren't tipping. They weren't
They
stealing
were
signs.
not stealing
Yeah.
signs.
They weren't
confirmed.
stealing signs.
Yeah.
And then you're like, dude, we're about to win this thing. You
Yeah.
know. So you're sitting there, 2 strikes, and you're in the moment.
Yeah.
Dude, that was number one. That was number one. Then I'll do parade number 2.
Well, talking about cool moments, though, this right behind us right here, you and Griff, that must have been awesome.
Yeah.
Right after.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, he's probably not going to remember that, but like
I didn't even see that My Dad Is My Hero. Was he wearing that shirt that day?
Yeah.
That's an amazing
that's the
shirt.
shirt.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll come in here and tell you that
That's
Dad,
awesome.
come look at us. And he'll come in here and I'll be like, what did we do? What are we doing? He's like, we just won the World Series.
That's incredible.
So,
that is
but
incredible.
yeah, that was cool, man. Having him there. My mom and dad were there. My brother
Yeah.
and sister, and obviously Lakin and her family were there too. So it was, that once you win it, you can just kind of take a deep breath and then those moments after sharing it with everyone that was there was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's too bad Steve wasn't there. It would have been really cool.
Everyone I know was at the clincher too. My brothers live in LA, so they were both
Yeah.
there. My
Really?
little brother was the only game he went to all year. I'm like, just shoot me in the head.
We were
But-
like 5 rows from the field. It was so cool.
yeah, it looked
to be
awesome.
that close.
The vantage point from the phone looked
Yeah.
really dope.
No, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, go Sox.
Did you like when you saw Chris Sale coming out of the bullpen? Like, what were you feeling? Because I started like maniacally laughing. I was like, Cora, you did it again! Like, you sick fuck!
That's an amazing move.
To have him call upon Chris Sale for the final 3 outs of that World Series, knowing that the Dodgers had no chance.
Yeah.
Like, I was laughing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had Kimbrel too, so like either way you go.
Andy Evaldi was warming up too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you what a
stop.
sicko.
Yeah, he was ready.
He refused.
He was ready to go, and he probably would have done the same thing Chris did. But yeah, I mean, you see him running out there, it's like, all right, we're up by 4, we're probably gonna win. But then, like, you see him running out, and you're like, oh,
Like,
all right.
Yeah, it's
Now
about
we're
how many
just
strikes.
showing
It's like,
like
is it
a-
going to be
Yeah,
3 Ks,
yeah.
2 Ks? Yeah.
Like you go from being a little bit nervous, like, oh, we got to get 3 outs, to like you see him running in, you're like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Like we won the World Series.
Yeah.
And he made it look pretty easy.
Yeah. So how many of the Section 10 inside jokes made their way into the Red Sox clubhouse?
When we won the World Series,
Just the whole season as a whole.
Benny Buttcheeks is one of the best ones.
Butt Cheeks was
Benny Buttcheeks, like
Yeah.
we call, like me, JD, and Benny could just called each other Buttcheeks, like the whole year.
But that works for everybody.
And it worked, and it like whenever me and JD would hug, I don't know if you could hear, but we were like, butt cheeks, butt cheeks. Because it happened, like me and Benny were sitting up in the food room, and JD had seen the Benny Butt Cheeks. Yeah. So he came up and he goes, "Oh, look, it's Benny Butt Cheeks." and I was sitting there. I was like, "Yeah," and I'm Brocky Butt Cheeks. And then JD didn't have a B, so we're just like, and it's Butt Cheeks. So and then it just started. Me and JD called each other Butt Cheeks the whole year, and that's what we did.
Awesome.
Like I would be there, I'd be like, Butt Cheeks. He'd be like, Butt Cheeks.
Now we have to go back and look at the tape because
I think it makes so. I kind of always assume you guys are laughing just as it's a funny thing to begin with, like two grown men hugging each other and jumping up and down. I did not know Butt Cheeks was being yelled.
Butt Cheeks was being yelled, and
we're gonna study the tape. Well, the Astros might have some footage. For
and JD he brought up doing like changing it up and doing like a hug and then doing like a prom pose after, and I was like, I'm in. Like I'm game, and I tried to do it one time, and he got mad at me.
He's like, don't no,
like no, like because we started hugging, and I tried to like get behind him, and he was like, dude, no. So I think he kind of chickened out. He didn't want that to be on the internet or
he's also
or on
very
TV,
superstitious too.
Yeah, so that's how the whole thing kind of started. He wore one, I had a dream 2 years ago that he wore one of my necklaces and he hit a home run. So I was like, dude, I have to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right. So he wore it, and his first at bat he hit a home run. So like I was just so excited. I was like, dude. And he realized, and so we hugged each other.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of how it all started. So
that's awesome.
And I think he wore my necklace for like 7 or 8 games, and he hit like 6 home runs.
Yeah.
And then he kind of cooled off. So he's like, okay, it's not working anymore.
And then the World Series, he twisted his knee. And you guys still did the jumping up and down thing, I'm assuming, because he's that superstitious where it's like, I'll risk this, my knee getting inflamed because like this just works. Like it's part of the superstition.
It's part of it. You know, we needed 4 more wins.
Was there like a discussion like, hey, like we're still gonna do it, but
no,
like,
I think in World Series games, like you forget about all your aches and pains. Like for some reason this year, I feel like everyone felt all of their injuries towards the end of the year because we weren't playing for anything. But in the World Series, it's like there's so much adrenaline, there's so much stuff going on that you just kind of you don't really feel anything that's going on. So
I mean, Nunez should have been in bubble wrap by the time.
Every game
was over.
He died every game.
Yeah, and he could go up there on one of the teammates I most miss playing with too because he was awesome.
Yeah,
and that whole I guess it was like a 2-inning span.
Yeah.
Where he was every play
when he fell down.
Cora, I love when Cora would just laugh. He's like, dude,
dude.
Yeah, because I guess at one point he told him, he's like, I'm dying. You need to take me out. He just laughed. He's like, dude, there's no one on the bench.
Yeah, this is it.
You're staying in there.
It's either you stay in or we're playing with 8.
Yeah, I remember he got hit. I think he got hit in like the stomach or in the ribs.
Yeah,
he said he was dying,
and he was down on the ground, and I think for some reason I guess I might have been hitting behind him, so I had come up. And I was sitting there watching him, and he's on the ground. He's like, oh, my stomach. And AC was like, what's wrong, dude? He's like, I'm dying. And AC's like, you're not dying, man. And like then he got up and he was fine. But like in the World Series,
he's like Wolverine.
That whole episode, man, when he got flipped by the catcher. Mm-hmm. Then he fell sliding into first.
Yep.
Fell over in
the stands, and then there was a pop.
He tripped over the mound.
Over the mound. That was my favorite picture. That's my favorite picture of the whole World Series. Is like there's a picture, and it's just the mound, and you see Nooney's feet. Above
he's Scorpion.
Yeah. So, dude, he was awesome.
Yeah.
He was awesome. And then in the World Series video, like you see Bogey, like if you could pick one person for all of that stuff to happen to, like it would be Nooney.
Yeah.
And like he's awesome. He's an awesome guy.
They somehow threw a seed to end the Yankees series.
Yeah, yeah. And he twisted his ankle on that.
Sure did.
He
twisted his ankle too.
From his face.
Yeah. So I'm glad that guy was out because I would have had to go to third base, and that was kind of a tight situation right there. Me and JD were in the batting cage watching because like anytime we went out, I think they would do something good. So we had to stay back. Back to superstition. We were in the cage watching on TV.
Yeah.
And we were nervous, dude. Like, it's so much more nerve-wracking when you're not playing than when you are playing because you can't do anything.
Right.
But, shoot, I was nervous as hell. And Nunez rolled his ankle and like was limping around. I'm like, dude, if we got to keep playing this game, I'm gonna have to go to third base. And
Right.
don't. That's one of those situations. Don't hit me the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
And
JD every play. Yeah.
and we luckily he was out. We popped bottles and we moved on. So that whole playoff run was pretty special.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked to you about this last time you were on, but after it was 1-1 in the Yankees series and you guys were going to New York, A, what was like your guys' general feeling, and B, how motivated were you when someone started playing New York outside your locker room?
Yeah, I it was funny. Like everyone pretty much counted us out at that point. We're like, what's everyone like? We won 108 games. Like we've been the best team from start to finish.
The series is tied.
The series is tied.
They have home field advantage now.
Yeah, I mean, we had kind of been doing it the whole year. It's like if we lose a game, we forget about it. And we go out and we win the next day, which is what we had done. So I mean, we felt good. We had Nate throwing, and I mean, you kind of go up early on them, and then you keep tacking on, and I mean that, and we.
16's a good amount.
16's a good number.
That normally wins.
Especially whenever you only give up one.
Yeah.
16 will do it. So it was, I mean, that game was like, it was one of those, I think that game kind of proved, I think everyone knew how good we were. Like as a group, we all knew how good we were, but I think that was like, all right, we're pretty good.
Yeah, that was great.
Did Cooper, I assume Cooperstown must have taken something of you, right? If you're the only...
Yeah, they took pair of my the batting gloves I wore, and then my helmet.
Okay,
so
that must have been cool.
Yeah,
like, how does that transaction go down?
Just after the game, they come up.
If
say,
Teddy
hey,
Cooperstown comes up, he's like, "Hey, bro."
It was actually they let me keep all the stuff. Obviously, back to the superstition thing. Like, hey, just after you're done, can you give us the stuff? So I wore my helmet the rest of the postseason, wore the batting gloves the rest of the postseason, and then when it was done, we sent them to him.
That was the coolest moment ever. You looking back in the dugout, I'm like, I love this team so much. Like,
Yeah,
this is amazing.
That was the best part of the whole thing. It's like
going nuts.
Because I
were you doing the Miami thing?
No, that's me and Dustin would do this. It's the emoji on the phone.
Yeah.
Because Victorino would always like send text messages or post on Instagram or something, and he always used like 12 of these.
Yeah.
So that's we just started doing it, doing that. So that's what we were
never
doing.
knew what that
So
meant.
AC,
Yeah, I know.
So AC.
I was like,
the
what
AC
about like
thought
I've always
Miami
wondered that.
Cora? Yeah.
After the game, someone thought I was doing the rice owl. So
Yeah,
they
I'm
asked
like,
me
are
about
these
it. Like,
antlers?
hey, were you doing the rice owl? I'm like, no.
No.
Sure
Like,
was.
yeah, man, you got it.
Yeah. So, but no, that was the coolest part of the whole thing. Was, I mean, I was talking about it in the dugout. I was like, hey, I'm fourth up. I need a home run, so get me up because I'm going to try to hit one.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, all right, yeah. Petey was like, dude, if you don't try to hit a home run, like, you better, if you don't try to hit a home run, like, we're done. You know, like,
We're done.
Like,
We're done
like
with
I
you,
lost
dude.
all respect for you. And I was like, I'm scooting up in the box. I'm going to hit it. So, Roman was throwing BBs, man. So he got the first two guys out, and Kinsler was up. Kinsler, huge at bat, probably the biggest at bat of the whole season.
Big hit Kins.
Drew a walk
Yeah.
for me. So I got up, scooted up in the box, first pitch, hooked one down the line, and I didn't know if it was high enough or if it was going to stay
Maybe
fair.
it was a
But
seed.
No, it was a rope.
But whenever it got out, I turned and looked at the dugout, and everyone was going nuts.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of my coolest. That's probably one of the coolest. Like,
Did you get the ball back?
no, I didn't get
Did
the
they
ball.
try?
I don't know if they tried.
Probably not.
I think
Kind
they
of
tried.
ridiculous,
I
no?
think they tried. I think they tried. I
Oh,
don't-
granted, yeah, the Yankees
The
are in
guy-
charge of
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do you
Yeah,
think
so-
it would have been as cool if it happened in Fenway? Because I think it's so much better that it happened in Yankee
Oh
Stadium.
yeah.
That is
yeah,
pretty cool.
no, I mean,
You'll take it wherever,
Well,
for
yeah,
sure.
for sure. But Yankee Stadium is a hard place to hit a triple, just because
Easy place to hit a home run.
Easy place to hit a home run. I mean,
I think the fence is 200?
I mean,
It's 200 feet,
I
right?
think it's 203 feet
Oh, three.
down
Yeah,
the line.
shit. Yeah.
But that's kind of why I was messing around saying, hey, I need a home run. Like I'm gonna try to hook one because I mean you don't really have to hit it to get it out there.
It's true.
And the stars align. It's like
Yeah,
you
and
know, like
at
the position
Fenway,
player
it probably
puts
doesn't happen at Fenway because it's for me personally, it's a hard place to hit home runs.
Yeah,
'Cause
that jet's
obviously
out there.
You're going. I mean, Oppo, you got to hit it over the monster, and then you got to really hit it to especially when they take the juice balls out and feed the regular balls.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You got to really hit one to get one out. So, but no, I think it just being like y'all said, being tied 1-1 and everyone kind of counting us out, that game right there was kind of the turning point for us. And obviously we had lost the first two rounds the previous years, so I think that game, yeah. So I think that game was like, all right, kind of got the monkey off our back a little bit. Let's finish this thing off and keep going. So.
Do you ever have like the "this is fine" meme with like the dude sitting at the table and everything's on fire? Do you ever feel like that in the field? Like, you ever feel like that in the dugout, like when you're playing a game where it's just like, this is really bad, but I'm gonna pretend like it's not?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember like a specific time where that's happened?
Yeah,
I remember like David Price pitching in in 2016 in Cleveland, because like I was saying, the Indians don't have a chance because it was. Kluber was coming back from an injury. Carrasco was out. Salazar was out. I was like, this is going to be basically a bye. Like I kept saying, wake me up for the ALCS. Yeah. It didn't go that way. And then I'm in Cleveland watching this series unfold, and I'm with Dave and Gaz and all them, and I just am sitting there like the "this is fine" meme when things are unraveling. Like I was like, no,
they weren't fine.
Yeah, I was like, David Price, he's going to come out and dominate. Like, he's going to shake his postseason demons, and, like, he's getting knocked around. I was like, this is a disaster. Like, do you ever, like, when's one moment like that for you where that sticks out?
I think personally, like, there's a lot of times whenever you feel it's so crazy, like, how baseball works. Like, there's a lot of times whenever you just feel completely lost.
Yeah. And
it's like you step in the box, and everything looks faster than it is, and like you're not really seeing the ball. It's more of like you're just swinging, like guessing and swinging. And there's times whenever you're like, dude, I don't feel like I've ever played baseball in my life.
What is
like,
this game?
It's a bad feeling because like it's already pretty impossible to hit when you're feeling good. So like whenever you're not feeling good, it's a bad feeling. You're like, dude, I have no chance.
Who were the hardest guys you faced?
For me personally, I hate facing Betances with the Yankees.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot of at-bats against him, but the ones I do have not been very good.
Well, he's like 6'8"?
Dude,
he's a tower,
he's like
yeah.
6.
Yeah.
He's like 6'1".
That has to speed
thrown
up
from
on
the
you.
clouds.
He is 6'1".
He's huge, and he like releases it. I mean, it feels like he releases it in the catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
And like, Chapman's another one.
That has to sneak.
Well, it's just like,
especially as a lefty, like I'm
lefty. It's
and he can be erratic. It's like I don't want to be in here.
I mean, it's that thought's in the back of your mind. Like if he lets this ball go,
I might die.
Like a split second too early.
You're
like,
dead. Yeah,
I'm not gonna be able to get out of the way.
Right.
And so that that plays a role in it. But
what's the fastest pitch you've been hit by?
Ooh, I don't know. But the fastest pitches I've been hit by aren't the ones that hurt the most.
Really?
Thank you.
Yes. I've been hit by I got hit by in Double-A. I got hit by a little lefty throwing like 82 miles an hour, and he hit me in my front shoulder, and it hit like a nerve or something.
Ooh.
And I got hit, and my arm just goes down, and I like the trainer came out. He's like, "Hey, lift your arms up over your head."
Oh no!
And I couldn't move it. And then I got hit. Corey Kluber hit me in my back knee with a curveball.
Yeesh.
That was probably one of the worst places I've been hit. And then I got hit by Betances on a back foot slider.
Yeah.
And so I mean, obviously it hurts, but like the places that get it's more where you get hit than how hard or how fast the ball's coming.
That makes sense.
So,
I mean, I would probably just crumble into pieces if Chapman hit me with like 102.
That's just a career ender right there. Yeah. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
That just can't feel good no matter where
you get hit
by.
with that. You just walk off the field, take your uniform off. Like, all right, guys, you guys take it.
Yeah, you guys.
They're like Nunez.
I'm done. Yeah, for sure.
I'm dying.
Yeah. No, I'd be like,
oh no.
What were the biggest differences between Cora and Farrell?
Communication.
That's always the number one word that comes
biggest.
up.
Every time.
Like Farrell never said anything to anyone.
It's not good.
No, it's not good. It's hard to perform like that. AC let you know what was happening when you were playing, when you weren't playing. It makes so much more of a difference. Like even mid game, like, hey man, be ready if this situation comes up, so you can mentally prepare yourself that way. Like when Farrell was here, it was like, hey, you're hitting. Oh, all right.
Oh, cool.
Let's go.
All
like
right.
you do the best you can. Like if you're on the bench, like fifth inning rolls around, start getting loose, maybe hitting the cage a little bit, but like it's a whole lot easier whenever you know when you like, all right, like you can watch, you can say, all right, if this guy comes in and so and so's up, you're gonna hit for him.
Yeah.
So you can kind of play it in your mind and get ready mentally like that. But communication was the biggest thing. He kept it a lot looser.
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to do. It's more fun to play for a guy like that because he lets us be ourselves. You saw in the dugout, like we were having fun, like laughing, like with John, it was like everything was like, it just felt like panicked all the time. Mm-hmm. So everyone was like, we were in first place for
and everything was super tense.
Yeah, even when you guys won the division, 2016, the vibe still felt weird.
Well, when Nooney came over, he was sitting with us up in the food room, and he's like, "Hey, we're in first place, aren't we?" And I was like, "Yeah, we've been in first place the whole season." He goes, "Why does it feel like we're in last place?" Like, we don't know.
We don't know.
So
no one has the answer.
Yeah, we don't know. But yes, we are in first place. And we're doing good.
What was the
feel
answer
like
to that, though?
good.
Like, looking back on it now, like, what was the answer? Because I remember, like, in 2017, it was super tense.
Yeah.
And I forget who. Someone said something like, yeah, like, you can cut the tension with a knife in the clubhouse. And it's like, you guys are up like 5 games.
Yeah.
Like
win the AL East.
Yeah.
Like,
It's and we don't know the answer. I think it was, I think it comes from, I think it really does come from the top. We had like good players and we were all we were all ready to play in the game, but I think the kind of the vibe comes from the guy in charge.
Right.
Yeah.
And if he's feeling tense and he's doing that, it's going to kind of trickle down.
Right.
And I think that's what it was. And then AC came in, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air, like a new guy, and he kind of turned things around.
I don't think enough credit goes into a manager that can keep a team together for that long. 162 games. I've been saying for a while, if you just plopped us down and said baseball's 162 games, you'd be like, well, that's really stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane that you have a manager that can keep you together that much, but it seems like he does.
Yeah, and that's probably the hardest part about being a manager is having 25 guys for that long.
Yeah.
And everyone's going through. You're not just going through slumps on the field.
There's life stuff.
But like you've got stuff going on off the field that could affect how you show up and how you go about your business. When people don't really think about that, but it's a real thing. So having 25 guys for that amount of time to kind of get them all meshing and doing what they're supposed to do. Everyone's pretty professional and knows like, hey, this is what I have to do to get ready for the game. Mm-hmm. But having a guy in charge and kind of leading the way that kind of makes everything a little looser. It helps in a long season.
What do you think the biggest difference was between the 2019 and 2018 team? Like, if it was like, all right, like you lost JoJo, you lost Craig, but it's virtually the same team. Like, why the gap in production?
I think it was just when you have those guys at the back end of your bullpen, and it makes the game shorter. Mm-hmm. And I think the guys that we have are capable of doing that. They just never had done it before. Mm-hmm. And Craig's done it since he came to the big leagues. So, like, for the guys in the bullpen, like, all those guys have great stuff. But, like, they knew, like, I'm not pitching in the 9th inning, mm-hmm. like, with the lead. Craig's doing that. Mm-hmm. So it takes pressure off of those guys.
Right.
And I think, like I said, I think all those guys are capable of doing it. It's just something that it takes a different. The hardest 3 outs to get are the last 3.
Right.
And it takes a special person to be able to come into a game up by 1 run, and it's up to you whether we win or lose. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a lot of pressure. But I think not having guys back there that, because like even as an offense, it's like if we score 2 or 3 to take the lead by 1 or 2 in the 6th, we're like, all right, game's over.
Yeah.
In the 7th. But, you know, if it's you don't know who's going to be pitching or what, it's like, all right, we got more pressures on us. We got to score more runs and this and that. But I think having a guy down there that you know is going to be in the game and you know is going to get the job done the majority of the time helps out a lot.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever feel like obviously you're very useful being a utility guy that can play multiple positions, but do you ever think that had you been in a different organization that you could be like, hey, listen, like I can play every day like at second base. Like I can be like a big league everyday second baseman.
Yeah, I mean I still feel that way. But I've said a million times like if that were the case, like I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have got to play, you know, for this organization. You know, obviously coming over from the Pirates, I knew second base is my natural position. It's where I feel most comfortable. But I was like, I'm not playing second base. Like Dustin Pedroia is there, and being able to move around and play different positions has helped me get to the big leagues. It helped me get to the big leagues, and it's helped me stick around. And it's fun. It's fun moving around and playing different spots. I think honestly, I'd probably rather play second base every day, but it's just easier as a player to get the everyday at bats, to know this is where I'm playing. I don't have
routine.
Yeah, same routine every day. You know, so but it also kind of keeps you fresh moving around. You get to see the game from different angles, and which is pretty cool. What's your least favorite position? You show up to the park, you're like, hey, we got you in the left today.
We got you pitching.
If I'm playing first base,
first seems brutal.
Yeah, first is like everyone always says, like, hey, just stick him at first. You know, get his bat in the lineup, stick him at first. It's like, dude, that's no joke, man. Yeah. First base is legit. Like, especially if you're used to, you know, I'm used to using a smaller glove, right? And like you're holding guys on, and you're pretty much playing in the grass the whole game, and the angle's weird. I've never had to like go and cover first base. So like the first time I played first base, I like had to like legit tell myself like, dude, if there's a ground ball hit to third, you have to. You're
involved here.
You're the first baseman.
This is on you.
You have to go cover the base. But yeah, first base is one of those like pick someone else. Yeah, like please. I'll do it. But if you have someone else, please pick him.
How would you rate your scoop capability?
I feel like my scoop capability is pretty good because it's just about being an athlete. Obviously, like my scoop capability isn't Mitch Moreland's scoop capability, but
better than Hanley's.
Possibly.
Hanley made a couple.
Hanley made a couple, but having a good first baseman, like as an infielder myself, like having a good first baseman takes so much pressure off you. Like you can just let it fly, and you know, like if I make a bad throw, he's gonna pick me up. Yeah. So it makes
an electric cameo from Tank.
Yeah. It makes a huge difference.
He's getting the most out of his time. Very much. Yeah. You're in the field, you get the most out of your time.
And he'll be back in a little bit, I'm sure.
He's giving a good utility performance.
What does it feel like? Because Boston, obviously, we're all from here, so we take ourselves far too seriously, which I have no problem with. But what's it like being one of the rarefied just fan favorites, like someone who, if someone has a negative word to say about you, they just get beat up instantly.
We can.
And like you'll have that forever.
Like one way to get a shit ton of retweets would be like something about Brock Holt. Here's a picture of Brock Holt.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of Brock and Griff.
Brock and Griff content. Forget about it.
It's just a license to print retweets.
I think it's more Griff now.
Please, it's the combo.
But no, I dude, it's awesome. I mean, ever since I've been here, like people have been good to me. And I think my personality kind of fits in with with this, like, because I can take some heat, and I can give it back, and I can laugh about it, which I think is good in a environment like this. But I just go out and play hard, and like
we noticed.
I'm not going out there trying to fail or trying to do this or that. Sometimes you do. Baseball's hard.
It seems very difficult.
Super hard.
So, you know, I'm not going to beat myself up. You know, I'm doing everything I can to prepare to be as ready as I can, and you get into a game and you let your instincts take over. And sometimes I'm going to get hits. Sometimes I'm going to strike out. Sometimes I'm going to make errors. Like, it happens, you know, and it's back to that media thing. It's you got to hold yourself accountable, make yourself available, say, hey, man, I messed up, and go from there. But, I've always been a guy who doesn't take things too seriously, which I think, if you take things seriously.
That's how I came across you originally. You were in Pawtucket. This is 2013, and I was at the barber shop, and I randomly came across your Twitter, and I was like scrolling your tweets and laughing, and I was like, I just tweeted something like, sometimes when I'm just like bored, I just look at Brock Holt's tweets and laugh, and then you like tweet me back, and you're like, that's weird, I do the same thing to you. So you had no idea who I was.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've never like taken things too seriously, and
you can't.
I think if you come to Boston and you let things eat at you, like get to you, like you're gonna be miserable, and you gotta learn to laugh at yourself, like even when you stink. And I stink sometimes. Like
you didn't get the record. We know.
I mean, the only time that you've really stunk, you've had concussion. I think you can really use
you're a big time vertigo guy.
Yeah,
big time vertigo
concussion
guy.
and vertigo.
I
feel like we can
about that
excuse
on
you
a
for
podcast.
that.
It's like playing dizzy bat in the on deck circle and trying to go hit.
You're seeing two baseballs at once. That does not sound fun.
hard.
I feel like that's an excuse that's probably valid when you're like, I can't see the 97 mile an hour slider.
Yeah, and I've always thought I was a good baseball player.
Agreed.
And I've never been a top prospect or this or that, high draft pick, anything like that. But I've always really loved playing the game, and I've always been a good player, and I know how to play the game, and I take pride in that. And
people forget you're an all-star.
I am.
Sure.
Yeah. Only one on the team that year.
Look it up.
Look it up.
That
happened.
Forever.
That actually happened.
But yeah, I mean, and getting to play with some of the guys that I've gotten to play with in the past, like Dustin, like Knapp, like some of those guys, man, who you learn from, it only makes you better. And that's something that I've enjoyed probably most about my time here. Obviously, winning and being part of the team, but playing with some of the guys that I've got to play with, and kind of grown in that way. Pretty cool.
One of your
that fan favorite thing. Sorry, Steve.
Fan
favorite thing, like that doesn't go away. Like if you do go sign with like Kansas City or whatever,
that'll be the same.
It's gonna be like the 10 years from now when the Red Sox are in last place and they have to celebrate like the 2018 World Series for the 11th year in a row. Like you'll keep coming back and getting.
I'll be coming
ovations.
back. Yeah, it's funny. Like everybody gives me a hard time. Like all the guys give me a hard time. AC gives me a hard time because like. When is it in the 4th or 5th inning, they have like the Legends of Fenway.
Oh yes, that better be you every game.
You.
And AC, like every time he goes, "Hey Brock, that's gonna be." You. I was like, dude, I might be doing that next year. I might be coming back. Like, hey guys, I need a day off. I'm gonna fly up. I'm gonna be the Legends of Fenway, and I'm just gonna take my hat off.
Thank you, my people.
Yeah. So
you might be on the broadcast with like Wake.
I might.
That's the thing is you're set. Like if the unfortunate happens and you have to sign elsewhere after this off season, I mean, you're gonna be welcome back here forever. Like you're gonna be one of those guys that they're gonna be like, hey, come back to do some stuff with Nesson, or hey, come back and throw out a first pitch.
Especially with the anniversaries this team does. They did an 8-year anniversary of the 04 team.
Yeah.
So they might do like a 4-year anniversary.
Right. The 2025 Red Sox, if they stink, bring in Brock Holt.
7-year anniversary.
I feel like if no Red Sox teams win 108 games and win the World Series, like we're always going to be the best Red Sox.
You hold the
team
crown.
ever.
Yep.
So, well, okay.
It's tough.
Statistically,
most victorious.
Statistically,
yes.
I get it.
It's
I
tough.
get it from a fan.
We've
Like I
talked
get it.
about
No,
it.
I still think that the 2018 team is better than the 2014.
It's not about better. It's
it's like
where do you rank
I get
it?
it.
Yeah,
I get it.
of course.
I get it.
Comparing different
Statistically,
things.
The wins,
The
and all
winningest
stuff.
team in Red
the
Sox
winningest
history.
team. Winningest team. Okay, I get it.
119 wins. That's
So
tough.
like, let's bring them back. Let's bring them back.
Oh yeah, you will.
Let's bring them back. So
Who do you think over time when they do the bring back the 2018 Red Sox, like say there's like a 25, say there's a 30-year anniversary, who's going to be the weirdest dude that shows up to that? Who's going to be someone where it's like, yikes. What happened to so-and-so?
Yikes. I want to say 10 years. I don't think you need 30.
No, you definitely, I mean, like 10 years.
30, I feel like everyone gets a little weird.
Were you there for the 100th?
Like David
anniversary?
Ortiz still trotted out from the
at the field
dugout
that
for the
day?
10-year 04.
Yeah, true.
Wait, when was that?
That was
What?
when was the 100th? Oh, that was
2012,
2012,
worst
yeah.
I
season
wasn't there.
ever.
I wasn't there.
That feels like it was 2 weeks ago.
It was the worst season of all time.
But my point was, like, they had every generation in, like, the high school across the street. I was doing security. I was Terry Francona's personal bodyguard that day.
Yeah.
It was a much different life. But just watching everyone walk around, like, that's why it's a historical question. I'm trying to figure out, who the oil can Boyd from last year was.
Yeah, who's the goofy one?
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to think.
Joe Kelly.
Joe Kelly probably. See over here? Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh, look at that. A little message.
Here we go.
What do we got?
To Brock.
That's
You're my
Brock.
best friend.
Wow.
Oh, my
Benny,
God.
I love you, dude. I'll miss you so much.
Wow.
Look at this.
Okay, and
To
then
Brock,
this
you're my
was
best friend.
This is to Lake.
It says hashtag FB4L.
This is to my Women Crush Wednesday. WCW. I love you, Joe Kelly.
With the photo.
Wow.
This is
With the photo, Joe. I love you. I miss you too.
Wow.
I still wear my Jim Buchanan shirt.
Jim Buchanan.
Yeah.
When we had him in,
Flow Bros
Benny
for life.
Benny just had this like at his locker the whole year, and like we cleaned out our lockers, and he's like, "You want this?" I'm like, "Yeah, give it to me.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend." Yep.
I will say, because I was looking at this earlier too, and I noticed Jackie Bradley Jr. is simply a horrific signature.
Yeah. He's got the best signature in baseball.
Who? JBJ?
Yeah.
It's the only legible one.
Yeah.
That's why it stinks. You can't have a legible signature.
Oh
Yeah, it looks like
But
he's
he only
like
does,
signing
he only
fifth grade
signs
paper.
It nice for like
House.
teammates and like you know.
for real stuff.
But I was like, dude, do you do that for every signature? He's like, no, he just signs JBJ.
That makes sense.
So,
All right, that's better.
but,
So I was
yeah.
about to be very disappointed with him, but that makes more sense.
But we've got some
All right.
bad signatures, man. Like
Who stinks? Who's the worst?
the worst I think is Vasquez. His is
Where even is it?
Wait, who's on the right over
It's
there?
right
That's
above
awful.
JBJ.
Is that BJ? Who's
Yes,
below
there it
BJ?
is, right there above Jackie. There's 7.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
And
a lot of these stink.
This one right here. This is Blake Swihart.
yeah, it sure is.
That's terrible.
Was this?
Yo, who is
was
that
the
below
sign on the
BJ?
parade boat? Was that?
I think that was the sign
I'm pretty sure.
when on media day.
Oh.
I think it was media day.
I was gonna say it would make sense why Blake's signature would suck if it was the parade day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a different reason.
Yo, who's
But
the
that's
one-
what his signature looks like all the time.
Who's the one below BJ? That looks terrible. The little swiggle
Where's BJ?
on the right, I believe.
Oh, Brian Jones.
What is that?
31?
31.
Pomerantz.
Oh God,
that-
Palmer. Yeah, it says
That's
DP.
31.
I think it says DP. Yeah,
Drew Pomeranz. See, I don't mind that one.
friend of the
yeah, it's like
program.
But
peculiar.
Yeah, it's tough.
yeah, but Vasky, I've always given Vasky a hard time for his signature, and Blake, I was like, dude, you got to change it up, man.
You gotta change it up.
Like, I mean, it BES.
Sounds like Betsy.
Betsy.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
Betsy Pluto.
Betsy.
I mean, just by looking at those, if there weren't for numbers, I don't think
You
I
wouldn't be
could
able to pick any of them out.
I can see Mookie. You can see a couple of them.
Why did you sign this?
Why
That's,
not?
well, because like after the World Series, we just have everything laid out,
Yeah.
and you just go and sign everything.
You
So,
just sign
out.
stuff.
so yeah, so I signed my own thing.
Huh.
I don't hate it.
I still think the signed goggles takes the cake. That's a
that's
badass
cool.
item.
Yeah, that's solid.
really
Like
strong.
that's that. Yeah, that was a Veritech thing. He was the first one walking around getting them signed, and everyone was like, "Whoa, that's a really good."
Is that
idea.
Jason
We're
Witten?
gonna do that. Yeah, that's Jason Witten.
Oh wow.
Did
See all this
you,
sock stuff. I'm like, what is Witten doing?
Yeah,
up
that's
there?
wild.
Did you get an All-Star jersey signed in 15?
I did.
Wait, are
Yeah.
you a Cowboys fan?
I root for the Cowboys, but
So this is a tough Sunday coming up for you.
this next Sunday, I would probably root Patriots over Cowboys though.
Well, they're gonna win, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
But yeah, since I've been here for so long, because I didn't grow up a big NFL fan.
In Texas?
Yeah, like
Oh,
I
that
like.
makes more sense.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah.
college. I liked college football growing up. I still like college football. I like to watch.
Who's your squad?
I really don't have one. Like I grew up rooting for the Aggies, Texas A&M. Both my parents went there. A
Do they
lot
wear their
of
rings?
friends went there. They don't. They have them obviously, but
I respect that.
yeah. But now I just like to watch. Like I'm like when LSU and Alabama play last week or whenever it was a couple weeks ago. Like I like watching good games.
Who's taking it down this year?
I don't know, man. I think LSU's pretty tough.
They look damn good.
Yeah, they look really
Go
good.
Tiger.
So
Go Tigers.
yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, I like to watch college football, but I've kind of started becoming an NFL fan, and I root for the Patriots.
Oh, we had a I remember one of the first comments you had on Section 10 was we asked the listeners who would be like the best fit on the Patriots right now, and they had you as like a slot receiver.
Yeah.
So we did a Photoshop. You were like, oh damn, that actually looks kind of accurate. Like you could play for the Patriots.
I think I could, but I don't think I'd make it through. I don't think I'd make it through a game. That
would be tough.
That's going back to the vertigo thing.
Oh, true.
Getting hit. I may be seeing stars for a little while.
I
love football. I loved playing football. I was just never that big. So I hung up those spikes early on in my life, and
I think you made the right
call. It's turned out to work out. But yeah, I love to watch football. I love playing it. Love throwing the football around.
Yeah, you guys, like, every time we're there early for games, you guys are always tossing the football around.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, pitchers do that a lot because they don't really do anything ever. So, like, they have to figure out something to keep them busy. So, like, hey, let's go throw the football around while we're waiting.
Did you guys all, say goodbye to Mookie and wish him well when he's got clearly gone?
Yeah, he's definitely getting traded. That's what I've been seeing. No, we didn't. We all joked about it, obviously, like, hey Mookie, man, wonder where you're gonna end up next year, like where you're gonna play, where do you want to play?
So, like, since you guys are joking about it, is it like, has he made it clear? Like, obviously you're not gonna say one way or the other, but has he made it clear, like, yeah, just whoever pays me the most, like, if it's here, cool, I'll stay? Is that like the sense you get from him?
No, I mean, I think, like, everyone thinks since he's turned down these extensions, like, he doesn't like playing here. I mean, he loves playing in Boston, but he's Mookie. Like, he's earned the right to. I mean, he's been one of the best players in baseball for
the whole time he's been up.
Yeah. So, like, he's earned the right to see what's out there.
As well he should.
And that's what all intentions. That's what he plans on doing. And I mean, all you can do is respect it. I mean, even if he doesn't end up in Boston, I mean,
it's felt like cowardice from, like, Red Sox fans. Like, they don't feel confident enough that they can keep him here, which has been very confusing to me.
Confusing process.
Yeah, like, I mean, Mookie said it himself. Like, dude, like, I don't know where all these people are getting the fact that, saying I don't like being here, I don't like playing here. He loves playing in Boston. I mean, he's a superhero, So he loves playing in Boston. He loves everything about it. It just, I mean, I've earned the right to
get a couple of steak dinners.
Yeah, I've earned the right to see what's out there, and he's going to do it, and he's going to be a very wealthy man.
There's a video that I was just looking up. We did a segment on which Red Sox player would be the best on The Bachelor. This was from
this is a throwback.
2017.
Let's start with who's most likely to be the Bachelor on the Red Sox. Drew Benintendi.
I feel like Brock Holt would be a Bachelor guy.
Oh, Pete loved you.
Look at that.
Brock Holt to be a Bachelor guy.
Pete, how much money would you pay to have sex with?
He brought you up every episode.
I haven't checked my bank account in a while, but I might fucking drain that thing. I think that Pretty Ricky would make a great Bachelor because, like, the Bachelor also is, like, usually a tall guy, and Holt and Andrew Benintendi are short guys.
Devin Marrero is my pick.
Swaggy
He takes
G.
a lot of time with the hair. I think he probably puts the most effort into getting ready on the team. But you bring up a valid point, kid, with the height. He might be the best Bachelor.
Fun, man. Yeah, he's weird, but that makes for good TV ratings.
He would be good on, like, the Real World, not the best.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, he'd be good on the Real World. He'd be good on fucking Jersey Shore.
Let's start with
Those are all good. Those are all good picks.
Who do you think would be the best Bachelor contestant?
I think
contestant.
I think Porcello.
You think so?
Porcello would be the best.
Yeah.
One, because he is a bachelor, and he's handsome.
He's very handsome.
Good hair, good moss.
Yeah, good hair, good face.
Yeah.
Nice facial hair. Yeah, I mean, I think I would probably pick him, or Bogey.
Yeah.
Bogey's a 10.
Yeah, he is.
Bogey,
very
oh my
handsome.
goodness.
The amount of DMs we get
Bogey's
about, like, is Bogey available?
Yeah,
it's
Bogey's
All
ridiculous.
from me too.
Yeah, I'm like, totally, I'm right here.
Bogey's a good looking man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very
he's got the Reuben skin. He's got a nice physique.
Great shape.
Yeah, he's
Hits bombs. Yeah.
probably Bogey would be a good choice.
Have you guys ever asked him about his infamous? I don't even know how infamous it was. His tweet.
Oh my God, the L.
The L.
Just the L, just grading a young lady. Just tweeted her out.
Oh yeah. That was when was that?
2014.
That
was a while ago.
Yeah, we made fun.
Promptly
Yeah.
never tweeted again.
Instantly
He
deleted.
deleted
he
his
was
account.
done.
Yeah.
He was done after
Instantly
that.
Deleted his Twitter.
Yeah.
We I mean, we don't bring it up anymore. It's kind of come and gone.
I bring it
But,
up every day.
yeah, but that was
2019.
funny.
Remember that tweet?
That was really funny, man. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of awkward talking about it.
Right.
Yeah, how does that happen? I don't know.
No. I mean, we've all
It's
been there.
Very unfortunate.
We've all been there.
We've all very
Yeah,
unfortunate.
you hit composed tweet a little too quick sometimes. It's like, oh,
Most
no.
recent photo. Yeah. It's,
Do you have a favorite behind the scenes story from the 2018 season?
Behind the scenes story 2018. I mean, I'm sure I do. Yeah, I mean, I think Rick's probably not gonna like me saying this, but I don't think he does
He
social
doesn't.
media, so
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't.
doesn't.
Yeah, he
have
won't
a
see
clue,
it.
But, after we won the World Series, everyone was jumping into the beer, the whatever.
There's
the
like a
tub,
bucket
of
of
ice
yeah.
and beer and champagne, and everyone's doing it in their uniforms, and they're there's girls in the locker room filming, like our social media people are filming, and I mean, pretty much everyone's done it at this time. I think Dave Dombrowski jumped in it. Everyone's gone. I think we threw Cora in there, and we're like, after someone got out, we would just start chanting, next guy. So we're Rick. So Rick starts taking his shirt off, takes his pants off, and he's in his sliders. We're like, oh, he's about to just go in his sliders.
Yeah.
Nope. Sliders off, butt naked. I was standing next to our social media girl.
Yeah.
And she got the phone ready to post this on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
him
no.
jumping in. She was like, put the phone down. He jumps in butt naked. I think, dude, it was, and we were, I mean, that was it for me, probably. Like, everyone's jumping in there fully clothed, and
Yeah.
Rick, he's ready to party. So
I think that got out there on Vasquez's IG story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got out there in some form. I don't think you could fully see everything, but I think you got the point that he was for sure naked.
Yeah, he was naked. And,
Yeah.
and, I mean, it was
Bachelor right
awesome.
there.
Like, we loved it.
Yeah.
But probably not something that should be on social media or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Props not.
So given where we are in this point of the off season, is there anything that you would like to say to Red Sox fans?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as always. I love you. We still got a lot of off season left.
Long way to go.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I think everyone, when I posted that picture on Instagram, everyone thought I was saying goodbye. That's not necessarily the case. I'll do a lot better. I'll have a lot better, more thought of post.
I knew that wasn't.
If it
Yeah,
is
everyone.
a
I knew that wasn't goodbye. I knew that wasn't
if
goodbye.
it is a final goodbye,
It was just
there
a
could be
considerate
more-
post.
Yeah, there'll be more considerate, probably more pictures. I'm probably not just use one picture. There's a
Yeah.
lot of good memories, So, but we'll see what happens. I mean, we're taking it day by day, and we're gonna. I mean, obviously, I love being here. My family loves being here. Griff tells me every day. I was like, "Hey, Griff, do you want Daddy to play for the whoever?" Like, I'll name a team. No. Do you want Daddy to play for the Royals? No. Do you want Daddy to play for the A's? No. And I go, who do you want Daddy to play for? The Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox. I said, so
he gets it.
I said, so what if? But Daddy might not play for the Red Sox next year. You might be on another team. No. No. You have to play for the Red Sox. So I mean, it's one of those things where you take everything into consideration. We love it here, but I love Lakin and Griff more than I love.
That's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah.
So
Fair
we
assessment.
got to do what's best for us, and that's what we're gonna do. And I keep telling people we're gonna end up where we're supposed to be. And I'm excited about whatever opportunity that is, wherever that takes us. But we wouldn't be upset if it led us back here.
I don't blame Griff because he wants you and him to both play for the Red Sox.
Right.
So it's like he's looking.
I don't know
towards
if I'm
the
gonna
future.
make it that long.
I think you can hang as a utility guy.
I might
yeah.
try. They're expanding rosters to 26 guys. So
That's
I can
why I'm
probably-
saying you should
I
be
can
back on this
probably-
team.
I can probably be the 26th guy for. Let's see, he's almost 3, so give him like 17 more years. So
Right.
that'll make me. like Julio Franco's age.
Yeah.
So I can do it.
Not
done.
impossible.
There's plenty of
You'll
precedent.
be in like
I
the
can do
Nolan
it.
Ryan class. You're
I
fine.
can do it.
You're fine.
But no, he definitely he wants to play for the Red Sox. So he actually told me today. Well, last night I was trying to get him to go to sleep, and we've been at Lakin's parents' house, so they don't have much room to hit bombs. So I was trying to get him to go to sleep, and he's like, "No, you got to lay with me." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to lay with you anymore. Like, you need to go to sleep so we can wake up and have a great day tomorrow." He's like, "Can we hit bombs?" I'm like, yeah, we can hit bombs. Yeah. Can we fight? Can we fight upstairs?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, he likes to fight now. So
Okay, get into that stage.
yeah. So I was like, we can fight and we can hit bombs, but you got to go to
That's
sleep.
a full day.
Yeah. So
It's a busy
as
day.
soon as he wakes up, I guarantee he goes, let's go make a smoothie and then let's go hit bombs. So that's what I'm gonna be doing.
I went in the living room, and Lakin was like, "Yeah, don't mind the pictures. They're a little crooked because Griff likes to hit bombs off of them."
Yeah. We've had to go upstairs because we broke 2 TVs. We broke 2. One was he just threw the ball at the TV.
Yeah. Is he lefty or righty?
Cracked it. He's a righty.
Okay.
Yeah, both righty.
Okay.
So, yeah, we've had to move upstairs. We don't have anything on the walls up there. He's starting to use softer balls, which is nice because the balls he uses are like they're solid. They're wiffle balls, but they have like kind of like felt around them.
Yeah.
But they're hard as a rock.
That
And
puts
we
you
have
in
those in the
puts you in
office.
danger.
it's
Right.
lasers. And yeah, I mean he's hit me in the lip a couple times. He the one off the tee in the belly.
I mean, he's got you in the eye before, obviously.
Yeah,
so,
he's poked me in the eye, and he poked me in the eye a few days ago. Like he just gets so excited. I'm like, dude, like you can't hands away from the face. Like you can't get anywhere close to the face. And then he starts crying because I yell at him, and he gets upset. But yeah, we have a good time, man. Me and him we have a good time.
I mean, that's going to be like the story that he tells chicks in high school. Like, yeah, when I was 3, I put a guy on the injured list.
Yeah.
Put a big leaguer on the injured
Yeah.
list
No
when I was
big deal.
3 years
World Series
old.
champ. Put him on the
Yeah,
IL.
all-star.
Scratched his
Yeah,
cornea.
took him down.
Yeah. I'm heading to the same league, too.
Yeah, I was also hitting bombs back then as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
No.
saw my tape.
But he's definitely as of right now he's slated for a DH role.
Yeah.
Because he can't really run. Like he
He
starts.
sounds like Ortiz. Like
Yeah.
all he wants to do is fight
Yeah.
and hit bombs.
He wants to
Yeah.
fight and hit bombs.
He does
and
run to second first sometimes.
Yeah, we saw
still
that.
Does.
Yeah.
Still does.
Still
He
does.
He
Yeah.
hits it and runs straight.
Yeah.
But I think that's just because whenever he hits one, he wants to come give me a high five.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that he just runs straight.
He also saw
Yeah.
you run from second to home, so he thinks
Yeah,
that's
now he's
probably
all
a normal
confused.
path.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah. Setting
but-
a bad example.
Yeah.
Did you ever
yeah,
think that
he's-
you confused kids when you did that? Do you think that there's kids in Little League that are running from
they're
second
like,
base to
Wait,
home
we
now?
could do this
Well,
the
they're-
whole time.
wait a
Yeah.
second. Wait a
Like,
second.
we don't have to run to
Well,
third.
actually,
we
I
can just
ran from halfway between first and second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That I mean,
Super
Major League
legal.
Baseball's wanting to shorten games.
That's
like,
true.
Like, hey, you don't have to run all the way around.
Do
Like,
the
if you
Yeah.
banana
just-
turn and go
Yep.
home. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
go.
it's a longer distance, so you're giving the infielders a bigger chance to tag you out.
Yep.
So
Yeah, so that's something that
To think
the
about.
MLB can think about. Maybe shorten these games.
yeah,
So, but yeah, me and Griff have a good time. Like I said, he starts running and he starts running so fast he kind of loses his balance and falls over. He can't catch.
So he's Nunez.
He can't catch.
Him and
which
JD,
is-
very similar.
So, but he can hit.
like
He
Baseball
can hit,
America
so
is hard on Griff right now. It's
Yeah.
like I mean, he's got like an 80 hit tool.
80 hit tool and everything
Yeah.
else is
Just
is-
like
is
20. You
You
below
don't want
that,
to see the
way
recent
below that.
ratings
Yeah.
in the field.
But
It's
he's
tough.
still growing, so he's got time to learn all those things, and he's been into soccer lately. He's been into football. Dude,
there he is.
Griffey, come
up,
on,
Griff?
come here, boy, come see me.
What's up, man?
We're talking about hitting bombs. Are we gonna hit bombs later?
yeah,
Come see me, bud.
Yo, I got Toy Story shoots, Griff.
Look at those Toy Story. Look, Griff's wearing his slippies too.
Oh, nice.
oh, those are
dude.
cool.
Hey, look at these shoes, man. That Toy Story.
Look at that. So cool.
Here, come
on,
sit.
join the show.
Come sit with
join
me.
the pod.
Come
Yeah.
sit with me. Did you take a good nap? You did.
Nice.
What'd you dream about?
You did.
All right, dude.
The cutest
We were
thing.
talking
Yeah.
about hitting bombs, man. Are you gonna hit bombs today? Yeah.
He's got to get his rest before he hits bombs.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had to take a little nap, huh? You gonna be shy? Hey, what's your favorite? Can you tell the people out there what your favorite song is? Yeah. How does it go? You remember?
Yeah.
How does it go?
You think it.
You want me to sing
You
it?
sing it.
You want to sing it with me? No? Okay. This is the national anthem. He's salute.
It's right.
I saw that
It's off
video.
on the heart, huh? Yeah. Yeah. And how does it go? How does it start? Oh, say, can you see? Look, took his hat off, put it on his heart. That's funny, huh? He gets kind of shy.
Does he?
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he gets kind of shy.
Well, he doesn't like. He
Does
doesn't
he,
like the media.
does he understand that he's like an internet phenomenon?
Do you know that you're famous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You're
perfect.
famous, dude.
Modest,
Say
too.
everyone loves me, huh? Why do you think people love you so much? Because of me? Not because of me.
It's because you hit big bombs,
'Cause you
man.
hit big bombs.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, the fit.
Over the fence.
Mm.
Over the fence. No one can catch him.
That's unbelievable.
That's awesome.
Who's his favorite player that isn't you?
Who's your favorite player? Yeah, besides Daddy.
Mookie Bet.
Mookie
Mookie
Betts.
Betts.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Good
that's
call.
everyone's.
Yeah.
Everyone says Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else is your favorite player? You got a lot of. You know everyone on the team. Who else? Who else is on the team that you like? Thinking?
He's thinking long and hard about this.
Yeah.
It's not an easy question.
You have any other favorite? Hey, who's the Twins' dad?
Cora.
Alex.
Yeah,
Cora.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex
That's true.
Cora.
Yeah.
Got
Got all-
boss, huh?
Got all the bobbleheads right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite bobblehead?
Um,
Me? Besides me, because you never say me. Who do you say?
Nicky Wally.
Nate Evaldi.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one.
He likes
a good
Nate
pick.
Evaldi.
I bet you Griff is probably going to have his own bobblehead before it's all
Oh,
said and done.
absolutely.
For
Probably
sure.
by like next year. Like the
It
Lowell
only-
Spinners
it only
always do
took
like
me-
random
It
ones.
only took me doing something that no one in the history of baseball has done
Yeah.
to get my own bobblehead.
For your first?
That was my first bobblehead. Well, no, actually, first big league bobblehead. I've had other, like I had the Pet Brock.
Yeah, I
That
remember
was-
that.
Swing and a miss.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
Did you
Yeah, I
get?
guess
Does,
I-
There it is.
It's right there.
did you like that?
No, I mean, like, it is.
It
what
was.
It is.
It was
Like,
interesting.
I mean, Mookie had like 6 bobbleheads that year.
Yeah.
and
I remember
had,
Streisky was really marketing that thing
and
up.
I had the Pet Brock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and I've had a bobblehead.
Get a ball.
You can go get a bobblehead.
Nice.
And I had a bobblehead in my Altoona. Okay, go get one from your toy room. And I had one
best.
In Double A. The team, the Altoona Curve, had one for me, and it was like it wasn't a bobblehead; it was like a bobble ball, and it was like the Mr. Universe guy who holds the
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
world,
yeah.
but it was like me bent over like this, holding the ball, and it just had the awards that I won whenever I was there. It was. Who's
Oh,
that?
there it is.
Who is that? Alex Cora.
Cora.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a cool one.
And then this one, they had.
What is that? Sea Dogs?
Wow.
Yeah, Sea Dogs had this one.
Postseason cycle. Look
Postseason
at that.
cycle on the bike.
Like that.
No, you're
So-
cycling. I get it.
Did you wear 21 with the Sea Dogs?
I didn't play for the Sea Dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's
I mean, I rehabbed with them,
Oh, okay.
but
Oh, it's
that's
all
it.
good. It was already broken.
Yeah. So yeah, I never.
Where did
that
21
was-
come from?
I think I might have had 21 when I rehabbed for him. or
Got it.
something. I don't know.
Got it.
But yeah, so number 21 right there. But yeah, that's my first legit giveaway.
Yeah.
So that was exciting.
Yeah, it's so cool having a bobblehead. It's you know,
It's an elite group.
it's,
Why
yeah.
did you pick 12? Was there any significance?
It was
behind
Napoli's.
Yeah, it was Nap. Like, I mean, really, they called me and said, "Hey, we're retiring 26. Like, pick another
Oh, I
number."
forgot you were 26.
Yeah,
That's right.
pick another number. So.
Oh, that's right.
You're
The
like,
they're
box
definitely
thing. I
not
forgot about that.
retiring 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, Napoli was 12, and he was one of my.
Yeah, your
he-
first cycle
he
was
one of my
26, right?
besties, So.
26.
I
I think you had.
I think it was
Yeah.
26.
That was
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, it was 2014.
There was a picture from your first cycle where you needed the triple was the last hit.
The triple.
So like you're sliding into third base, and then when you stood up, the only section that you could see in the background was section 10.
No, it was
Oh,
badass.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got the
That's
look to
nice.
the dugout, got the flow going. That was a good pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Good-
solid.
Good shot.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, that was one of those things. Mookie, I was hitting lead off that day. Mookie was hitting second, and he needed a home run to hit for the cycle.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I hit a triple for the cycle, and he was up next. If he would have hit a home run,
Back-to-back
cycle.
cycles.
Were you looking at him like, do your part? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta.
100%.
What did he
and
do?
he popped up.
Bomb.
Popped up.
Yeah, you
And
hit,
then- yeah,
this guy
traded.
sucks. Get rid of him.
And then a week later, we were in Kansas City, and he needed a single for the cycle, and popped up.
Oh.
So he didn't get it, and
This guy's just
he ended
not
up hitting
clutch.
one last year. I think he finally got one.
He
We
got
were
it.
losing-
Toronto.
We were losing by like 6 runs, and he hit a solo home run, and he was like,
Yeah.
pointing to the dugout. All of us are.
He's like,
Yeah.
He hit it, and he pointed at everyone. We're like, dude, we're losing, man. But like we were all laughing in the dugout.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it like. It was like, dude,
2 now.
That's
Yeah.
what you can do when you're winning
Yeah.
108 games.
You have like a
that was-
30
I
game
remember
lead.
like
that was funny.
the radio
Now what do
went
you have?
nuts over that.
What do you got?
What's that?
That wasn't an earned.
Oh, wow. This is suspense.
I really don't know.
We don't know what it is. What is it? What do you got?
Oh,
Kool-Aid!
all right, dude.
Oh!
That's gonna be good.
I did not expect that.
Did Mom
I
give you
really
that,
did.
or did you just go take it?
I just kicked it.
You just took it.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You
Put it on it.
you put it behind your back.
Oh, sneaky. Sneaky.
Yeah, that was funny, man. Mookie hit that home run to only. I think there was 2 outs in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
So we're like, dude, we're gonna lose this game.
Yeah.
And he hit a solo home run to put us in within.
The
5.
photos are great. You'd think it's like a
Put us in
postseason
five.
go-ahead grand slam
Yeah.
point
Yeah.
to the dugout. It's like,
Yeah,
no.
he was pumped because he's been trying to hit for a cycle since that day I hit for my first one.
Yeah.
Use the other side. Use
Oh.
the pokey side.
Yeah, he
There you
kind of
go.
got a hanger, just launched it. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Kool-Aid break.
A little Kool-Aid.
Oh.
Little squirt. That was silly. That's it, man. This is gonna be the most watched show.
Oh, yeah,
of all
for
time.
sure.
Yeah.
Now that he's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's.
Hey,
Best
do you
thing
have
ever.
anything you want to say to the people after you drink your Kool-Aid?
You just got to get refreshed.
Yeah, just get a little drink, man. I've been sleeping up there. I'm thirsty.
Got to cool off.
Yeah,
I'm getting stronger.
you're getting bigger and stronger. Yeah.
That's what the
Sound
Kool-Aid
like a
does.
threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
The pain train's
you're
coming.
You're getting bigger and stronger. I'm not fighting you today.
It's like for all the commenters, just look at me. I'm getting,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm getting
stronger.
bigger and
Just
stronger.
Wait for these bombs I'm gonna hit after I drink this Kool-Aid.
not going to have anything to say. That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow.
All right. Take us out, Griff.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you?
do
Any
you-
final words?
Any final words? What do you got to say? You want to hold the mic?
He's like that.
You want to sing? You want to sing them out?
Yeah, he put that thing down.
Yeah, that was crushed.
Didn't have a
He's,
chance.
he's getting stronger and stronger.
Bigger and stronger, huh? This is good content.
Yeah.
You have
good
no idea.
Ted.
He's
Yeah.
like he's already growing a mustache.
Yeah, he's not messing around.
He's gonna be able to grow a beard before me.
Yeah.
Like Lakin's family, they're hairy guys,
Yeah.
and he's probably got that gene.
He legitimately already has like mustache peach fuzz.
Yellow fuzz.
You should see his back, peach fuzz.
Yeah.
He's got like down his spine. He's got a little cowlick of peach fuzz.
Yeah.
Man.
Say, are you gonna be able to grow a beard? No. Are you done with this? All right. Final words. What do you got? More Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid jammer.
I can't wait 20 years from now. If someone asks him a tough question in the media, he just pulls out.
Kool-Aid's probably gonna sponsor him now.
Probably.
Turn it around this way.
Yeah. Get some money out of this.
Yeah.
There you go. Get some
There
money.
you
out
go.
of
First endorsement.
Get paid for this, Griff.
Kool-Aid.
Make that
Kool-Aid.
cash.
You
Get
can,
a bigger
you can
bat.
provide for me and mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
that?
That's what I drink with my peanut butter crackers.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
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 If you don't do that, you're just messing
Kool-Aid,
up.
peanut
Kool-Aid,
butter
and peanut butter
crackers, and
crackers.
bombs.
Yeah.
When I watch Dino Lego.
When he watches Dino Legos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's a
3
classic.
ads in one there. That
Yeah.
was
Whole routine.
Yeah.
Dino Legos,
Everyone knows
peanut
that's
butter
a,
crackers, and Kool-Aid jammers.
it's a classic trio.
Mhm. He's watching film before he hits bombs. It's just Dino Legos.
It's crazy.
That's what he
He's
he
getting
watches
stronger
to
and
get-
stronger.
Yeah. What a line.
That's an amazing line.
Just unprompted.
Just looking at the camera, I'm getting stronger and stronger.
For any 3-year-old pitching prospects out there.
Bigger and stronger.
Well, it's to all the critics. He didn't get great reviews for his feeling. He's like, well, I'm getting bigger and stronger.
The 80 hit tool just grew to a 90.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
impossible.
Yeah. We're going to work on the grounders.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been working.
Yeah, got to work on the backhand.
Well, by then the NL will have a DH too.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
sure.
That's
Yeah,
true.
He'll have plenty of opportunities.
Yeah. Hashtag jobs for Griff.
He'll be one of the top 30 bomb hitters in the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So you'll have a job, huh, Griff? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm gonna try head.
Oh, a triceratops.
Oh, all right. What if that doesn't work out?
What if you can't be a triceratops? What do you want to be?
Oh, I'm gonna be triceratops when I grow.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, then that's it.
Well, it's been confirmed, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Nice.
Well,
Good job, man.
All right.
good
Very
job,
nice.
Griff.
All right. See you, dude.
Best walk-off of the year.
All right. Brock Holt, episode number 300. We'll see you again for 400.
For 400.
All right.
I mean, we'll probably see you
Nope.
Nope.
We'll
Nope.
pro-
If you guys try to get me on before
Before 400?
Not happening.
it's a no.
Okay, so next
No.
year we'll be moving to 3 episodes a week to expedite the process. Sounds good to me. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for letting us into your house. Thank you for having Griff on the podcast as well. That's going to
Yep.
do numbers, big numbers. Oh, he's coming
Here
back.
he comes again. We might not end this thing.
Oh.
What? Now what? Now what?
That's a good point.
What do you want to do?
He wants to hit bombs.
Hit bombs. Yeah,
Oh,
it's time
all right.
to hit bombs.
All right, time to
That's
hit
my
bombs.
cue.
All right, we're out of here.
Howdy up.
All right.